Hey guys, quick video for you again today, and I'm aware that you might not be able to see these words on the screen. And by the way, funny story, I got this diva light because I'm a diva, But anyway, it looks awesome, looks good, and I got this awesome, super sexy black glass whiteboard, and I painted my wall dark gray. It's gonna be awesome. That was the vision, but you know what happened? The diva light puts a ring on there. So I'm gonna try it one last time with a diffuser, and if that doesn't work, I'll be returning this badass whiteboard, blackboard. So anyway, maybe I'll get a chalk blackboard like back in school with chalk and all that stuff, and eraser, and yeah, But anyway, today I want to do another video with you on handling objections. I get asked this a lot, so I just want to put a couple quick strategies there. One just pops in my head that is the one I most use, but I actually learned this from a process, and I've done this unconsciously a bit, but I had a friend of mine, Mina Shah. If you are like a female entrepreneur, badass, she is unbelievable, especially if you're in the South Florida area, but I know she's going national with her educational entrepreneurial business group for women badasses. So if Mina Shah, S-H-A-H is her last name, you can find her on Facebook, YouTube, things like that. But she put together this training at an Archangel event, just kind of like talking about handling objections, and I thought it was really valuable. I tried it a couple times, and so realize this, that when you're getting pushback, a lot of times, 80% of the time, you've not done the work up front. You've not got rapport, you're not certain, you're in your head, there's not a connection there. But if you have all of that and they're still saying no, you can tell they're in their head, they're thinking about their family obligations, or they've just got fear, they've got some place that they're stuck, and a lot of times they've been stuck for years or freaking decades about some issue that's stopping them. You want to be able to get them reassociated to why they need to do this now, not someday, and this process I'm about to show you will help you out big time. So when you're getting pushback and people are like, oh, I don't know, I got to think about it, I just can't do it, you say, you know what, well, you let them off the hook. You say, well, if you did do it, if you did find the money, or if just something happened and you did do it, what are the parts about the program or the course or the product that excite you the most? So you're getting people associated to the positive benefits of doing it and making them feel off the hook, like, hey, hey, I know you can't do it, I know you can't afford it, but let's just say you did do it. It's like, what parts of the program, what parts of this course or this skill set or this knowledge or this tool, what parts of what it is that you offer benefit that person the most? And they'll say, well, what excites you the most? And they go on a rant. Well, it would do this and this and this and this. So, well, if you did. So I'm big on, sometimes you don't remember all these rants of words that I'm saying, but there's certain key phrases. When somebody get a pushback, it's like condition. Over and over again, over and over again, over and over again. I can't. Well, if you did. I can't. Well, if you did. I can't. Well, if you did. Stimulus, response. So a lot of times when we get a negative stimulus, like I can't, I got to think about it, you tense up. And I'll do some further work with you breaking down the triad of Tony Robbins. Your emotional state, the client's emotional state need to be aligned. And when you're getting pushback, a lot of times when you hear a no, a lot of times our triad gets messed up. And I'll do that in a different training, but a lot of times we take that no to mean. We make it mean something negative about ourselves. We focus on times in the past where it didn't work out. We focus on them not doing it, and then we will feel a tension in our body. And that tension, that focus pattern, that language pattern, that meaning creates a response, a conditioned emotional response in you where you become ineffective, unresourceful. So we want to make sure that we are in a resourceful state. Stimulus, positive response. Well, I know that you can't do it. Well, if you did. Well, if something happened and if you did do it. So stimulus, I got to think about it. Well, if you did. Get them to focus on the positive benefits and get them associated to the great benefits that really excited them. And don't assume what you think it is, that it's price or convenience or whatever. They might tell you something, well, it's, the fact that I can, just have more confidence or have a proven system, whatever. They might just want to have fun, whatever it is that you're selling. So you ask them what the benefit would be, what excites them the most, and they will go on a story or they'll tell you a couple things. And so then you say, well, why is that important to you? Well, I think that it would really help me with my skills, Eli. I think that if you taught me how to sell and influence, I think that would be great. Well, why is that important to you? Why is that important to you? And you're getting them back in it, back into the emotion of what it would be like to have your product or service. So you're taking them, there you go from the sales part to the closing part, and then if you're getting pushback, you kind of go back into a consultative part where you get them associated. And so why is that important to you? And then, so one of the ways that we can expand emotion in our clients and ourselves is with time. And if you've studied Eckhart Tolle's stuff, you know, the power of now, now is all there is. That's true and it's not true. People, you, me, we all have a past, we all have a future. And yes, all there is now. This isn't a philosophical conversation, but it's a fact that you can up the emotions when you expand time and you bring more time into the equation. So what that looks like is right now in your life, you're missing this. How long have you wanted this? And then all that, well, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, repressed, depressed, stagnant. So you build that. What's it going to be like in the future? So now I've expanded this thing called emotion where, man, there was like, I didn't have it in the past, I don't have it now, and what's it going to be like in the future? And so the emotion starts to build, if that makes sense to you. So how long have you wanted to do that? How long have you been missing out on? How long have you had this dream house, this dream car, this dream vacation? How long have you been telling yourself that you've wanted to X, Y, Z? And so, wow, you know, and it starts to build a little bit more. Well, and I switch these sometimes, these next two. If you do that, buy that product, if you did have that vacation, if you did master these skills that I'm sharing with you today, how will that affect your life, your sales, your business, your family, your relationship, your health, your confidence, your fun, your future, your family, your friends, your faith, your sense of meaning and purpose? How would it affect all these other areas of your life? And you can have a conversation here. You can have a conversation there where they start to take that, and that's the 7 F's that I've talked about in a different video, where you take whatever it is and they give you, ask how would it affect that, and then you start to pull in even more emotion where they get an association to what it is that you're selling, where they see that it's not just going to affect their business, but it affects their stress or their family or their sense of purpose and meaning, their relationship, their future. So you're building even more connections. I see things as like these threads of information connecting me to the client, to their future. So I make communication visual for me. And every successful person that I know, Tony Robbins on stage or any of these people, a lot of times they have so much information out there, so they need frameworks. You can have a framework or you can have hard work. You can have a framework or you can have a hard work. So this is a framework, something that you want to learn, something you can, you know, play around with, get some skills around. I don't want this video to go too long, so I'll make this quick. So if you do that, if you have this skill, this mindset, this whatever that you're offering, you know, how will it affect you? And if you don't do it, how will it affect you? And you might want to switch those up. Sometimes I go, well, if you don't do it, how will it affect you? If you do it, how will that affect you? Heaven if you do, hell if you don't. And they will tell you what it's like. So from here, if you had this, what would you be able to do? Can you really afford then to put this off any longer? So they've gone back into the sale. They've gone back into the emotion of it. And so you get them full circle where they're like, full circle like my Diva Light. You get them full circle associated to what it is they want. And now they've stacked even more emotions and they're back in it. And another model I'll share with you, the one that I do that's really quick, is something I call the ICE model. Remind me, I'll share that one with you again in a different video because I don't want this to go too long. I'll talk to you soon.